Welcome to another edition of Talking Football and another run of EPL games with some great results in there. Newcastle flying 3-1. We knew they would get there in the end, and it looks like they're going to go on a run now. It's going to be really exciting to see how Newcastle build that team over the next couple of years, to see how strong they're going to get to. And the way it goes, they're going to be up there and they're going to be challenging, but it'll be interesting to see how long it takes them to get there. Sunderland going through a tricky wee spell though in a couple of divisions below them, and there'll be a lot of banter going on in Newcastle and Sunderland at the present moment, and I'd imagine a new manager will have a big say in what happens there, because they're still in the chances of winning and playoffs and things like that. But if it keeps going the way it's going, they're going to drop down that league, so they better get themselves organised and get some results. But anyway, Newcastle 3, Everton 1. Frank Lampard couldn't keep his good start going, so that'll be interesting to see if he can steady the ship and get a good result this week. But Newcastle, brilliant. West Ham, hard working, 1-0 result, that's all you want. Burnley, I'll look at that as a good result. A draw 1-1 with Man United, poor result. Absolute, Man United are a bad lot. Simple as that. I don't know how many chances Man United had, but they couldn't score, and it's just incredible. I mean, these players they're putting on the park, and that boy, the manager, he gets to pick the new manager, or he gets to pick himself. Couldn't pick his nose as far as I'm concerned, but anyway, he's the one that created all this magic football that's all over the world. He's the boy, but he got overlooked for the assistant manager of the Germany job, assistant manager. So that's how good he is. But we'll give him his time, and we'll let him do another Ole Solskjaer and see what happens if they're going to let him stay for another couple of seasons. And Man United are happy with a cup or mediocrity, but they need to really get their act together and get sorted. Some players in that team, I'll tell you, Luke Shaw, the pub left back, brilliant player. He just looks like he gets out the car and plays, and he's just overslept or something like that, you know. And Matic, far too slow in the middle of the park. I've seen Malk turn quicker than him, to be honest with you. Spurs, what about that game? 2-3. What a game. Southampton, Tottenham looking like they were going to get the result, and the odds in that game 65-1 for that correct score. Superb, happy days. And Aston Villa, another big massive correct score, 75-1, 3-3 with Leeds. What a game. Some great games in there, and I hope that entertainment keeps going. Norwich fighting, a 1-1 draw with Palace. They're fight. As I say to you, Burnley, all the games in hand, 3 games in hand you could count now, 3 draws. That's only 3 points for a possible 9. Not good enough. They're not going to save themselves if they can't get the ball in the net and get that 3 points and get the win. Man City, easy against Brentford, 2-0 as we expected. Great result for Arsenal. I'm a great believer that Wolves relied on Traore, and now that he's away, they've lost their pace, because pace down the flanks, through the middle, always makes defenders turn, always puts them on the back foot, and Wolves have lost that now. They've got some good players, but Arsenal, when Arsenal can come and beat you 1-0 at home, and you're recording a goal against an Arsenal defence, I'd be surprised if you're going to be doing much after that. So hopefully they can get themselves together, because they've had a couple of lulls like this in previous seasons where they've got themselves back together and started to play better. Liverpool 2-0 against Leicester, nice and easy. Jota's been a good signing, 2-0, 2 goals, well done. Into the Championship, Fulham and Bournemouth, what about that? They two are going to go up definitely. QPR's the dark horse, they're going to win that playoff. The Derby dream, is it still alive to escape relegation? Wayne Rooney, Scotland playing anyway. And Rotherham, they're the dark horses, they're going to go up and straight up in the First Division. And Sunderland, as I say, got to get themselves organised. What a league that's turning out to be though. Wigan, Milton Keynes, Oxford, Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth. You're going to get some great odds value in there if you start digging to the end of the season, because you're going to get teams away from home that are going to be good odds, and at home going to be good odds. So work out your match odds, you know where to play, get them organised, get them on, there's good money to be made there. Scottish Premier League, Celtic 2-0 against Hibs. Hibs, pretty mediocre, but Hearts 5-0 drubbing at Ibrox. And it wasn't the Aaron Ramsey feature, because he didn't come on to about the 68th minute, I think. So 63 points, 62 points, that's going to go all the way. Celtic and Dundee this weekend. Celtic got an easy one, although Dundee beat Hearts 2-1, but that's just a bad result for Hearts rather than a good result for Dundee. And Dundee United against Rangers, that could be a tricky one for Rangers. They're going to have to go there and perform, because Dundee United, they're always a stuffy team at Tannadice, and Celtic's got the better looking weekend, although the next game week they go and play at Easter Road at Hibs, and that can always be tricky. So it's going to be tight there. The dream in the Championship there, Arbroath now 5 points clear, unbelievable. Anything that comes out of Arbroath is smokies, smoked haddock, that's the best thing, it's a delicacy, it's like caviar. And mealy puddings, that's the only things that comes out of Arbroath. To see them going into the Premier League would be absolutely amazing for Scotland, even though they've got that massive big score in the Scottish Cup final one year. But that's a wee run round the country there. Into this week's Premier League games. Let's get going. What's going to happen? I think the odds guys have got a lot mixed up this weekend, because they've got a couple of games that they're just looking at the draw. They think certain draws, and a couple of their games are the Brighton game, Leeds, they reckon Leeds and Everton, they reckon that's going to be a draw. They reckon Watford Brighton will be a draw. That's the way they've priced it up. So a good bit of value to be made in there from the home team or the away team if you fancy them, because they're the value. But as I say, I like going with the expected odds in the Premier League, and Man United or the draw, that's the expected result there. But Southampton, no mugs, can give any team a game as they proved at Tottenham. And if they play like they played against Tottenham, Man United will be in trouble, I can tell you that. And it's the first game of the weekend. You find that 12:30 game always throws up a strange result, because I always find that we're chasing after that first game because you think it's going to be an easy win, get your weekend off to a start. Doesn't quite work out like that. So I would keep the draw on my side, and but I would think I'd still be with Man United in a draw, hopefully there. Watford and Brighton, a good game there, but Brighton again, they're pricing up for a draw. Brighton are getting a right lot of publicity sort of thing, and the odds makers are really fancying them now. Even away from home, Brighton are under the odds to win there, and so that means odds makers are scared of them, or they're trying to draw you in, suck you in, one or the other. Everton Leeds, as I say, that'd be a good game. Lampard, they're not sure there, especially after that result in Newcastle, but I expected that. Newcastle are going to be on a crest of a wave sort of thing, and Leeds, if they play, they can score goals. And a couple of the games, West Ham game, that game there, they just played superb, and Everton, that should be a good game. Let's hope it's not one of these drab ones. We've got rid of Benitez now, so hopefully that Everton can start to express themselves under Lampard. Brentford Crystal Palace, that should be a good one. Brentford's got to come out here and just play. They can't just sit back and hope to stay in the Premier League. They've got to come out and have a go at Crystal Palace. They're at home. Go back to the Arsenal, have a look at that video of the first game of the season and say that's how we've got to play every game a cup final from now to the end of the season. Let's get organised. We don't want to be mulling around in the Championship again. Let's get organised. Crystal Palace, that's where the type of games you've got to perform. Good London derby there, but Palace, again, good side, and they'll fight hard for the result there, but and again, they're starting to drop into relegation, and Vieira will want to get that sort of game. Norwich, Man City, you can't see Norwich getting anything, although they've had a great wee run of results lately. Another draw during the week, but I would think Man City come out there again, another 2-0, 3-0, should get that result. Tottenham and Wolves, Spurs should beat Wolves. Wolves going to go there, play pretty negative, play pretty tight. If Spurs come out and get their 2 goals, I can't see Wolves coming back and getting the 3. Son got his goal, hopefully he's back scoring again now, so you would think that I would think Tottenham's surely going to come out and get something out of that game. But the draw again, probably want to keep the draw on your side that game as well. Newcastle Villa, that'll be a good one. Villa scoring goals. Steve Gerrard's no scared to have a go, and he will have a go at Newcastle. They've still got their frailties, they've not gone, but they've got more confidence now, and you'll see that, and they've got new players in there. So that's probably the game that I'm wanting to watch this weekend. Newcastle Aston Villa, get stuck into that one. Burnley Liverpool, boring Burnley, looking for the draw already. The teams aren't even named yet, but Burnley are playing for a draw, simple as that. And Liverpool should go there, far too strong. Couple of good signings, that boy Diaz and that, and we'll see what happens there when he gets into the team. And Liverpool, I would say, overrun Burnley, maybe 2-0, 3-1. And Leicester, West Ham, he's in a bit of a sort of transition period. I think he's got good players in there, but he's going to lose a lot of their players. He's going to lose Tielemans and that, I would think, definitely. And West Ham, they'll come up, they'll make it hard. Bowen's having the season of his life. Made me eat my words, and he's a really hard working player and deserves everything he's getting, to be honest with you. And West Ham, I'll be honest with West Ham, are getting everything. They get up into 4th place. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. I know there's games in hand behind, but as I say, points on the board, and you want to get that 4th place. It'd be brilliant to see West Ham getting a Champions League spot. Maybe a wee bit too much, but that's the weekend as it looks. If I was having to force myself into a bet, it would be Man United in the draw. I would probably go on the lines of, I'd have to go Spurs in the draw, and then I would probably go into a banker Liverpool, and I would probably jump into West Ham in the draw to finish off your weekend. So that's a wee 2x2x2x1. So that's 8 bets. And that would be my weekend's football. So it's great. The Champions League starting this week. So make sure you've got your games organised. We're way past record results in the Playmaker. And the match odds were way past the all-time high. The correct score way past the all-time high. And then the traders have got 415 points. 415 units profit. so far this season, and they've got even more than that because a couple of the games in the last 5 minutes were trading away up at 160 to 1, 150 to 1, and there was another goal when it took the odds, didn't it? We obviously record the 415 units off the finished result, but you could have traded out and made that extra money. I think you'd be about 600 or 700 points profit if you've been clever this year. So get yourself a service on the football if you're not too sure of it yourself. Find out what the match odds should be, find out what the correct scores should be, and always make sure you know what you're doing and get your bet type sorted out, so you're either playing in your accumulators, or you're having a straight win, or your half-time full times, or your first goal scorers, anything you want, but make sure you're organised and you get your money down and you get the right odds. Okay, so remember, it's your money, it's my money, it's everybody's money. Have respect for the winners and the losers in Betfair, and I'll speak to you in next week's video.